Who's good, who's bad, who's best, who's worst? We always think in those terms, in the extreme terms.
Brando, because Brando had such an enormous effect on the psychology of men in America.
Tim's the greatest actor ever. He pretends he loves me, he wants something to eat. Get out of here.
I remember Mama.
With Sophie Rosenstein.
Not quite.
And,
Will you come back?
Thank you, Larry.
You will do another session with me, and then I will do one with you.
Okay.
The time he came to Cuba was Marlon Brando. He was Marlon Brando would walk in there with two showgirls.
I don't like to think who was the best at this or that. I mean, what's the point of it?
Italian people in Jersey found out that Marlon Brando is gay.
Unzipping Brando's complex romances. The revelation of Marlon Brando's unconventional romantic pursuits, particularly within the Hollywood industry, has sparked renewed interest and discussion. The biography, Brando Unzipped, by Darwin Porter, shed light on Brando's intimate relationships with various men in the entertainment world, challenging traditional perceptions of the iconic actor. Speculations about Brando's bi-physical relations had circulated for years, but the recent disclosure in the biography adds a new layer to his personal life. The book claims that Brando had romantic connections with men, presenting a side of the Academy Award-winning actor that goes beyond his well-known relationships with leading actresses. The biography suggests that Brando's exploration of diverse connections was motivated by personal factors and a willingness to embrace a spectrum of relationships. Quincy Jones and Jennifer Lee, Richard Pryor's widow, have contributed to this narrative by confirming Brando's involvement with Pryor, adding complexity to the discussion. In 1976, Brando had openly acknowledged his experiences with attraction to same gender, stating that it was no longer news and he was not ashamed. This openness about his physical relation was ahead of its time, contributing to a more inclusive dialogue about diverse relationships. The recent interviews with Quincy Jones and Jennifer Lee have reignited discussions about Brando's complex and diverse relationships. The revelation has brought attention to the fluidity of Brando's romantic inclinations, challenging societal norms prevalent during his era. The mystery surrounding Marlon Brando's personal life, especially his relationships with men, continues to captivate public interest. As the discourse unfolds, it prompts reflections on the actor's impact on societal perceptions of sexuality and the evolving narrative of Hollywood icons beyond their on-screen personas.
Who's good, who's bad, who's best, who's worst? We always think in those terms, in the extreme terms.
Brando, because Brando had such an enormous effect on the psychology of men in America.
Tim's the greatest actor ever. He pretends he loves me, he wants something to eat. Get out of here.
I remember Mama.
with Sophie Rosenstein.
Not quite.
And,
Will you come back?
Thank you, Larry.
You will do another session with me, and then I will do one with you.
Okay.
Brando's personal Odyssey. The recent revelations surrounding Marlon Brando's relationships have stirred discussions about the iconic actor's personal life, adding new dimensions to his already enigmatic legacy. The claims, primarily brought to light in Darwin Porter's biography titled Brando Unzipped, assert that Brando engaged in intimate relationships with various men in Hollywood. These assertions, including a reported bi-relationship between Brando and comedian Richard Pryor, were initially made by Quincy Jones in 2018. Jones stated that Brando was open to diverse romantic experiences, mentioning individuals like Pryor, James Baldwin, and even Marvin Gaye. These claims resurfaced when Jennifer Lee, Richard Pryor's widow, confirmed that Pryor was open about his bi-relations and had documented his encounters with men. The book sheds light on the complexities of Brando's romantic entanglements, challenging the conventional narrative of his womanizer image. While Brando was known for his affairs with leading actresses, these recent claims suggest a broader spectrum of his romantic experiences. The controversy extends to allegations about Brando's discussions regarding other Hollywood figures, including Paul Newman. Quincy Jones, in the same interview, suggested that Brando had insights into Newman's secret physical encounters. However, such claims have been met with skepticism, and the veracity of these stories remains uncertain. It's crucial to contextualize these revelations within the broader societal attitudes of the time. Brando, who openly acknowledged his bi-relation in 1976, was navigating an era where discussions about fraternity were often met with prejudice. His openness about his own experiences was a departure from the norms of that period. The family members of those involved have responded to the recent claims. Rain Pryor, Richard Pryor's daughter, vehemently rejected the idea of a physical relationship between her father and Brando, labeling the sources as bottom feeders. Similarly, Marlon Brando's son Miko expressed disappointment over the allegations, highlighting the absence of his father to provide his perspective. The dynamics of celebrity relationships, especially those from past decades, often become subject to speculation, interpretation, and controversy. Whether Brando's relationships were characterized by experimentation, genuine affection, or complex power dynamics remains a matter of debate. The lack of concrete evidence and the passage of time contribute to the challenges of discerning the truth. As these stories resurface, they prompt broader conversations about the intersection of personal life, fame, and societal expectations. Brando's legacy, already marked by his groundbreaking contributions to cinema, now faces nuanced scrutiny as new facets of his personal life come to light. Ultimately, these revelations invite reflection on how we perceive and discuss the private lives of public figures, especially those who challenged societal norms during their time.
The time he came to Cuba was Marlon Brando. He was Marlon Brando would walk in there with two showgirls.
I don't like to think who was the best at this. I mean, what's the point of it?
Italian people in Jersey found out that Marlon Brando is gay.
And I was in Eagle Rampant with Tallulah Bankhead.
Let's see. What about Limehouse Blues?
No, I don't know Limehouse Blues.
Oh,
But
you
you can
don't.
sing. You want to do Limehouse Blues? Do it.
Brando unveiled complex relationships. Marlon Brando, the iconic actor known for his roles in The Godfather and On the Waterfront, led a complex and intriguing life that extended beyond his film career. William J. Mann's biography sheds new light on Brando's personal journey, revealing aspects of his life from the late star's private archives. Born on April 3, 1924 in Omaha, Nebraska, to Marlon Brando Sr. and Dodie Pennebaker, Brando's childhood was marked by a silent, brooding father who was allegedly insulting. After a threatening incident involving his father, young Brando was sent to Shattuck Military Academy in Minnesota, where he first explored drama classes and reportedly had physical relations with another male cadet. Brando's fluid physical relation was evident throughout his life. Upon moving to New York and taking acting classes with Stella Adler, he reportedly had a relationship with Adler's daughter Ellen. Brando was known for his openness to various relationships, disregarding societal binaries of love and gender. His alleged romantic escapades extended to relationships with celebrities. Rita Moreno, who shared the screen with Brando in Desiree, described their relationship as exciting but acknowledged that Brando mistreated women. Despite the complexities, their connection left a lasting impact on Moreno's life. Brando's association with Marilyn Monroe fueled rumors of a casual dating relationship in 1955, and they were rumored to have slept together at least once. However, conflicting accounts exist, with some stating that Monroe wasn't Brando's type. Quincy Jones, in an infamous Vulture interview, claimed that Brando was an addict who had relationships with both women and men. The revelations included alleged physical encounters with Richard Pryor and even author James Baldwin. These claims stirred controversy and led to discussions about Brando's fluid attractions. Despite the controversies and complex relationships, Marlon Brando's influence on the film industry remains unparalleled. His performances in iconic films and his unapologetic approach to his personal life contribute to the multifaceted legacy of a Hollywood legend. The biography of William J. Mann adds new layers to Brando's story, showcasing the man behind the iconic roles and exploring the intricacies of his personal odyssey.
Made a film on the subject, and I've been deeply impressed, and having 3 children of my own, it's a great concern of mine.
I sat in front of the television set, and I wondered what it meant to me that he's dead. I can't think of a director that's better than Gad Kazan. To me, he is the best director.
We'd like to see you in Chicago.
We? Is that the collective we, or is that...
There are many people who would like to see you in Chicago.
Brando's complex relationships. Marlon Brando, an iconic figure in Hollywood, was a complex and enigmatic personality with a private life that was shrouded in mystery. While his relationships with women were well documented, his connections with men were mostly kept under wraps during an era when discussions about homo and bi relations were far from mainstream. In the 1950s and 60s, Brando was perceived as a heartthrob, capable of captivating any woman. His relationships with women, including 3 marriages and numerous affairs, resulted in several children. His first marriage was to Indian actress Anna Kashfi, with whom he had a son named Christian. However, this union ended in divorce in 1959. Brando's second marriage was to Mexican actress Movita Castaneda in 1960, leading to the birth of 2 children, but this marriage also ended in divorce after 2 years. His third marriage was to Tarita Teripia, whom he met in 1962. They had 3 children together before divorcing in 1972. Apart from his marriages, Brando had a 14-year affair with a Guatemalan maid named Maria Cristina Ruiz, resulting in 3 more children. He also adopted several children during his various relationships. The exact number of adopted children remains a matter of debate, with reports suggesting a figure between 11 and 15. Brando's personal life wasn't limited to hetero relationships. Reports suggest that he had relationships with men, although these were not openly discussed during the time. His alleged affair with James Baldwin, a renowned author and social critic, was never fully confirmed or denied. Baldwin and Brando were close friends, with Brando expressing admiration for Baldwin in interviews. Quincy Jones, a prominent music producer, claimed that Brando had physical relationships with other men, including Richard Pryor and Marvin Gaye. While Pryor's widow confirmed his bisexuality and relationships with men, Marvin Gaye's sister vehemently denied Jones's claims.
And it is, after all, the movie business. It's the motion picture industry.
Actors are any different than rock bands that inflate balloons from their ears.
I believe that unless we look inwards, we will not ever be able to clearly see.
Well, why?
Because we're looking forward to seeing it in Boston.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.